So, you know...
Yes. How can I help you, Kanji? Just ask away, probe deeply, give those tough questions. Be the Barbara Walters of Fresno, California. Get right to the heart of the matter. What can I do for you?
Well, it seems like you're getting a lot of attention here. I mean, you know, you were saying that, you know, you have cauliflower of the ear. And, what is it? I mean, what do you think about all this attention that wrestling is getting, and you in particular?
Well, I think it's great. You know, I hope it lasts. Just ride the wave as long as we can. And as far as for myself, I mean, it's part of the job. It's just what I do, and it's why I do it. You know, that's why everybody that ends up being a public figure is doing it, is because we're just attention starved. We need it. We have to have it. I'll have our ego stroked as much as possible by as many people as possible. The bigger the amount of fans, the more they ask for your autograph. Oh, can I have your autograph? Oh, sure, please, right here. The more you love it.
So who is Al Snow? I mean, who is this?
Well, I could tell you that, but because there are several warrants outstanding for my arrest, I don't think we really need to go into that, do we? It's just one of my many aliases I use.
How much of the real you would you say is in your character?
Basically, any character that you see that people relate to or they click, you know, they make some connection with, it's basically who the person is. It's just with an aspect of their personality turned up, you know, full blast. For me, I don't really need to turn the knob that far, though.
Goodness, who comes up with the storylines? It's like a soap opera almost.
Yeah, basically, yes. Or a live-action comic book. It's basically about the same. You know, we have writers. We have what was once known as a booker or a wrestling booker that would come up and they would put matches together. The wrestlers themselves also contribute into the creative process. And we simply just use, if your character is this or your personality is this, well then cause and effect. What would happen if this were to occur to you? And then what direction would you go from there? And then you just try and make a logical progression. Sometimes, you know, we don't follow logic too well, but, you know, that's called artistic license. I'm sure you understand that since you're in TV.
He's really a character.
Oh, no.
What is it about wrestling that really draws you to it? I know you said there's excitement and a lot of fans and people.
I think when I first started watching it, was, you know, it was a mix of everything. It was the drama, it was the excitement, it was the emotion, it was the athleticism. You know, just a combination of everything. I think that's what draws a lot of the fans too. The storylines, and all of that mixed all together into one big pot. There's really, you know, it's like watching a live action movie. You know, people go to a movie theater to basically get what they can get here, right, not more than 2 feet away from them. You know, and they can actually be a part of the show. The fans in a professional wrestling setting are actually as much a part of the show as the wrestlers themselves.
Why do you say that?
Because they are. I mean, their interaction with us and their reaction to us helps create the entire atmosphere and helps create the entire show. And people at home, and I'm not just saying this because I work for a company, but honestly, if you truly want to get the full experience, I mean, you know, it's exciting to watch it on TV, it's a lot of fun, but truly, to really get the experience and to truly understand what I'm trying to communicate to you via this boob tube thing that we're doing right now, is to come set your butt right here in the seat and be a part of it. Because no matter where you're at in this building, you'll become wrapped up in it and you'll be a part of it.
Do you ever get hurt?
Yeah, all the time. I live with some degree of pain every day of the week.
Where? Like arms, head, everywhere?
Yeah, I just had an MRI done and I have 3 bulging discs, one in my neck, one in the middle of my back, and I have one in my lower back. I'll have to go and get done 3 epidurals and take some medication, and hopefully that'll take care of it.
So those chairs are real?
Yeah, the question of whether it's real or fake is sort of a mundane point. Basically, it's all, you know, a certain degree real. It's not a competitive situation. You know, the matches are predetermined, but everything that we do in there does hurt to some degree or another. Fake, if it were actually fake, so that I can clarify this for the folks at home, if it were fake, then you wouldn't be sitting there watching me do it. You'd be in the ring doing it with me and making as much money as I do. But since they can't, it must be real to a point. So what? I'm an athlete. Go figure.
How do you, I mean, your character, I mean, it's a lot of personality, you put a lot of yourself into it.
You know, what you do is you try to figure out what logically fits. I mean, for me, at this point in my career, my character fit. I mean, it's based basically on a person who's had a nervous breakdown and suffers from, you know, paranoid schizophrenia and multiple personalities with a transference disorder. And
so in 1 second, could you just switch on me? Is that what it's like?
no, not really. Actually, the craziest people you probably know are the people that seem the most normal. And so I try to be as realistic as possible. I try to, you know, not go out there and act all goofy like that, because that's not really what a crazy person's like. A person with a true mental disability is actually a little more sane, you know, acts a little more sane than the rest of us.
Well, also, I think that kind of person would analyze things more.
They just analyze them in a different way. They just have a different viewpoint of reality than what, say, you would. And the reason they do is because of the disability. So I have a different viewpoint of reality. I believe that my partner, who's persona non grata right now because they're back in the dressing room taking a nap, head, a disembodied mannequin head, not a severed head, actually speaks to me and actually and has multiple personalities.
Huh.
Really deep, isn't it?
It's all very new to me.
I know.
I'm learning.
And actually, you don't have to worry about me going off on you. They keep me very heavily medicated for these interviews. And the white ones don't make you scream.
You're too much. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. The Midwest.
How'd you get
The heart of the United States.
How'd you get into this? I mean, was
The
it
Buckeye
all
State, where most U.S. presidents have been born and raised. And Neil Armstrong, right down the road, first man on the moon. What now, I'm sorry?
How did you get here? I mean,
How did I arrive here? Well, you know, I drove in a car last night, and I flew from Ohio a couple days ago, but...
but this is the top. This is the top.
Yeah, it took, you know, I've been wrestling now going on 18 years. And I decided when I was a teenager that this is what I wanted to do. I made that conscious decision and pursued it. And it wasn't easy, it wasn't simple. Had a lot of drawbacks, had a lot of setbacks, had a lot of detours along the way. Basically took me about 13 years before I got national recognition. And then just been going for the ride ever since. So, and having a lot of fun, you know, having a good time.
Is there anything you'd want to say to the fans that...
Anything I would want to say to the fans?
Support you and love you.
I can tell you, you know, because most TV interviewers and newspaper interviewers ask me this one question, and I can tell you, and I'll cover it for you so that way you won't have to ask anybody else. You know why? Because I'm a nice guy. And that is about the violence on professional wrestling and all of that. And I say, because I have 2 children, I have bred, extreme, I have 2 children, and I say if you make kids, take responsibility and raise them. And therefore, sit on the couch with your kids and watch what they watch. And if you don't like it, turn the channel. It's very simple. You don't like a particular thing, do this. Or send the little rugrat over and have him push the button. You don't need to sit there and watch something you don't like. Don't leave it up to me, God help you, to raise your kids, because if you do, I'd probably do a better job. And don't leave it up to their teachers or your friends or your family or your neighbors, and certainly don't leave it up to the entertainment or the news media. God, you'd think you'd know this stuff by now. You're an adult, for God's sakes, and you have kids. Be responsible. And I'm not a role model, because if I'm a role model for your child, something's missing in your house. You should be your child's role model. Thank you.
Parenting 101.
Damn right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hey, Sacramento, do you want it like that?
Any way you want. Yeah, do it with all the feeling that you would put into it.
Okay.
And I'll count you down, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to do it quietly.
Hi, I'm Al Snow of the WWF. Good day, Sacramento. Is that syrupy enough for you?
Just tell me when you have speed. Okay, so tell me, who is Chris Jericho?
Well, first of all, Chris Jericho is the role model and hero and idol to the millions of Jerichoholics worldwide, the purveyor of good feelings, good vibrations, and good eating, baby. That's basically along the lines of what I'm all about.
Well, did you have that rehearsed? Or did that all just come to you?
Just off the top of my head.
Where do these things come from? I mean, is it do you get it as the years go on?
Yeah, I mean, you get a feeling for your character, and you know what your character would say and how he would react in certain situations. And I mean, when we're out here, we're playing a character, and I just kind of slip into the role and just spew a bunch of lines out there and kind of do some Y2J-isms.
Would you say it's like acting or like a soap opera?
Well, you're definitely playing a character. You know, nobody wants to see, Chris Irvin, that's my real name, out on stage. They want to see Chris Jericho. They want to see Y2J. They want to see the Ayatollah of rock and roll. So you have to come out there and project another character. This is show business. This is entertainment, and you're out there to do just that, and that's to entertain. So when I come through the Oval there tonight, and I come into the arena here, the people want to be entertained. They don't care about the average, everyday average Joe, because that's everybody here is an average Joe. They come, they pay the money to be entertained and see kind of the superstars of the WWF, and they want to see those superstars. So.
What is a Y2J-ism? Give me one.
Oh, I just gave you some. I mean, obviously, first of all, you shouldn't even be out here interviewing me if you don't even know some Y2J-isms. If you're not a true Jerichoholic, I know the cameraman's a Jerichoholic. That's the only reason I'm still standing here. So next time, if you don't learn your facts and show up at the arena with some preparations done, you will never, ever get the chance to interview Y2J again. Do you understand? That would be a Y2J-ism.
It's pretty harsh.
Well, you know, see the people at home are going, yay! So that would be kind of something going on.
Tell me about the fans. What is it that, it seems like they're so involved.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, they really they connect to their favorites. I mean, there's so many great characters on our show. There's so many great personalities, and there's somebody for everybody. And the people connect to their favorites, and they like to shout along with the certain phrases that the guy might use, or see the certain moves that they like to see inside the ring. So once again, it all boils down to the entertainment, and the people are going to like whoever entertains them the most. And even if you're a so-called good guy coming out there and people are cheering, or if you're a bad guy and you come out and people are booing, it's still the same thing. You're still entertaining the crowd and getting them to make a reaction. The worst thing that could happen to us is if there was no reaction and there was crickets blowing and tumbleweeds blowing. Then nobody cares, then there's no reason for you to be out there. So.
Tell me about the special effects and props. Is there danger involved?
Well, I mean, there's danger. I mean, just like there's danger at a rock concert or on a stage play. I mean, there's definitely effects. We have the pyro and there's obviously pretty high tech, the lighting and the stage way and everything like that. But it's not really too many huge risks. I would say the pyro is probably the most dangerous thing, but it's pretty well controlled. You know when it's coming, you know where to be, and most of the time the pyro is on the stage and you're nowhere near the stage. So we pretty much know what's going on at all times as far as that's concerned.
You're very fit. I mean, you have to really keep in shape to deal with the pain. I mean, why do you think it's necessary? Well,
obviously, there's a bunch of reasons. Once again, cosmetic reasons. It's playing the superstar role. And we're out there kind of with our shirts off. And I don't think anybody wants to see a potbelly, flabby Y2J. They'd rather see the rock hard gladiator, carved in stone Y2J. And also, once again, I mean, the more muscle you have, the more shock absorbing you have to kind of cushion the blows. That's another thing too. If you're if you're 150 pounds and skinny, then it's going to be a lot easier to get hurt than if you're 250 pounds of muscle.
What would you say wrestling would be without the fans?
Wrestling without the fans, especially the rabid fans that we have at this stage in the game, this nowadays, we'd be probably in a high school gymnasium somewhere in front of maybe 30 or 40 people, and we'd all be making $20 a night or $10 a night, or doing it for free. We wouldn't be where we are today with the huge spectacle that is the World Wrestling Federation. It's all directly attributed to the fans, all directly attributed to the Jerichoholics.
Tell me, have you ever had a really bad hurt, gotten hurt?
Yeah, I had a bulging disc in my neck. I have a broken arm. If you zoom in on that, you see that I have a plate in there with three screws, 7-inch plate. And then you always have everyday aches and pains from your knees to, maybe shoulder hurts. I mean, I would say 100% of the guys in the dressing room right now have some kind of an ache or pain that they wouldn't have if they weren't wrestling. So when that one thing that it bothers me when people say wrestling is fake. I mean, it's a show, it's entertainment, but fake is not a good word because everything that we're doing in there, you're feeling it, you know, and it would take, you know, anybody with half a brain can see that. So.
Well, with you, I mean, here we are interviewing you. Everybody's trying to get a piece. You know, I mean, what's it like to see the attention that wrestling is getting, going to such high levels? I mean, you've been here for years. And,
yeah. Well, I mean, once again, it's such a amalgamation of everything that people like to be entertained by. We have the storylines, we have the drama, we have the, you know, the good-looking girls, the good-looking guys, the athleticism, the comedy, the tragedy. I mean, anything that you'd want to be entertained, anything that you want to see in a good movie, we have it right here. And we're a traveling road show. We come to your town, you know, and basically with cable TV the way it is nowadays, people are looking for good programs to watch. I don't think you'll ever see the World Wrestling Federation lose its fan base because we're, like I said, we're a variety show that has everything. No other product in the world can boast what we have to offer to all the fans.
So where's China?
I don't know. Probably back there somewhere. I haven't seen her yet today. No.
Oh, you were telling me something that was so interesting, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy, but
That's all right.
You were saying that sometimes you don't find out until the last minute. Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, we do we do actually more than that, maybe 4 or 5 weekly programs. 2 of them are the banner shows, the SmackDown and the Raw. So things are constantly evolving, constantly changing. There's a definite thread of a storyline, a plan, but it's a tentative plan, and things change constantly. And you know, our story writers and the people who, you know, write the programs are constantly revamping and adding and subtracting things. So a lot of times we don't know what happens till 3 or 4 hours before showtime. But once again, that just shows the professionalism and kind of the specialty, the specialness of our athletes slash performers slash vaudevillians. Because like I said, it's a pressure game, but we're ready to go at all times. If someone tells you, sometimes things change 5 minutes before you have to do it, and you just have to adapt with it. That's part of being at this level of the game.
You know, it's kind of like news in that, we get caught out there right before we go on. But, I mean, if you told an actor, oh, I'm not going to give you your lines or give you this or that until 5 minutes before you go on, I mean, how do you keep your nerves together? You're in front of so many millions of people.
Right, well, they couldn't do it. I mean, that's the thing. We're live one-take performers. We're one-take stuntmen. We're one-take actors, one-take soliloquy, speech, giving a speech, whatever we have to do, delivering a line. There is no second take, there is no third take. It's boom, you're out there, you do it, and if it's no good, everybody knows it. In here, worldwide, especially you know it too. So that's what makes us different once again from every other actor and every other performer. We don't have a chance to do a second take, you know. Right.
Okay.
So,
anything else you'd like to add about
I have basically nothing else to say, just that all the Jerichoholics here in Fresno are going to be entertained hugely by the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Y2J, and I hope that you have finally figured out who I am, and next time I come to Fresno, you'll have your material ready and you'll be prepared, and that way we'll be able to interview each other and have a further relationship. Well, actually, next time I'll interview you.
Okay.
I'll look into, what's your name again?
Kanji.
Kanji. Next time I'll come with some kanji facts and interview you, and I'll put it on my show.
Okay.
All right. Got it.
Great. Okay.
This is the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Chris Jericho from the World Wrestling Federation, and you are watching Good Day Sacramento. Don't you ever change the channel on this one, baby.
Is he coming through, or just?
From your point of view, what
Yes.
would you say your role is in wrestling?
Well, Ivory's role is to entertain the fans whenever she gets a chance to. When there aren't other broads out there stripping their clothes off and, hogging all the television time, I get my chance. Now, when I was the champion, the women's division was rocking and rolling. You never knew what was going to happen next. We had hardcore matches where we were breaking broomsticks over our backs and candy dishes over our foreheads and, in and out of guys' urinals and, the whole bit. You never knew where we were going to take it. We had regular traditional matches. We had the cat fights. We had blow-ups where people were ripping each other's shirts off. Just brawls every minute. And it seemed to me that the women's title really meant something, and we had a lot of great contenders going after it. And now it's kind of slipped off the face of the earth. We actually do, though, now have one of the great fighters of the WWF, female fighters. Jacqueline is our new women's champion. So us fighters are all very happy, and we're waiting for our shot at it. So we seem to kind of see the women's title, mean a lot and then not mean so much. Although I have to say that every time we have one of those what I call slop matches, where they decide they're going to throw us in a bunch of gravy or a bunch of pudding or a bunch of snow or whatever kind of torture they're going to put us through, the fans seem to love it. So we got to love it. So whatever the women are doing in the WWF, it sure does mean ratings. So that's why we're here.
Well, I talked to the guys about the pain factor.
Yes.
How is it for the women?
Well, it's just as painful. The challenging part of being a woman fighter in the WWF is that we don't get to do it every day. And I think, like football players say, if you take the hits every day, it doesn't hurt as much. And we find that we take these long periods of time off because the show doesn't write us in to do regular matches. So you'll find, that you'll have maybe 3 weeks, and then you go back into the ring, and man, does it hurt like the first time all over again. So it is challenging, and lots of times too, in that regard, you're fighting in an element where the timing is off. You can't quite get that great click. So we sit ringside and back in the, behind the scenes and watch the monitors where our men athletes fight every night, and boy, are they great to watch. Man, can they rock and roll in the ring. So we sit there and we watch and we go, oh, I just want to be just like that.
Well, tell me about the characters and the storylines. How much of you is in the storyline? How much of the real you is? Tell me about that.
Well, I think the way WWF manages their characters and creates characters is by just kind of getting to know their talent. And basically, they provide a platform or a stage, per se, for this new talent to come through, and we kind of develop ourselves. You come up with your own costuming, and I think a lot of the characters are just kind of an extension of a part of your own personality. So we just blow it up bigger than life and go out there and entertain the people with us little Barbie dolls, us little action figures. I mean, I love when China came out for the first time with her big old gun. Now she has a pyrotechnic gun that she blasts out to the audience, and these big flares go out. And I was watching that thing and, action figure, I love it. So.
Tell me about the fans. How much do they mean to the wrestlers and you?
Oh, the fans make the business. So, we always try to take our time out, even through weary traveling and dragging suitcases through airports and throwing luggage into rental cars. We try to take our time out and sign a few autographs along the way. But they are amazing. I know that you can get in touch with the WWF superstars through AOL.com. And we all have the opportunity to log on and answer some of the mail. So it's great, and I encourage all the fans to do that and write to us because we appreciate the feedback. Sometimes when you're in this busy lifestyle of putting 9 hours of fresh television out there a week, you seem to get a little bit buried by it, and it means so much to hear the feedback from the fans. So I encourage all the fans to speak up, especially about the women's division. Let us know what you want to see, and let us know who you want to see, and then we'll deliver.
What do you think about, all the shows, all the attention that wrestling's just continually, it's just growing and growing and growing?
Well, I think that the attention for wrestling, the applause for wrestling, the popularity of it, is coming out of the great combination that our genius creator, Vince McMahon, has discovered of entertainment and athleticism. So he's putting sports with entertainment, meaning storylines that continue on and on and on like a great soap opera, in with all this great physicality and great looking people doing it, with fabulous costumes and personalities in the ring. So, if you ask anybody, if they miss one show, they'll go to work tomorrow and not know what the heck has happened to their favorite character. So it is like something you can share with each other over lunch, or, and then our best fans are the people who project. And they try to figure out what's going to happen at WrestleMania, what's going to happen at No Way Out, coming up, the end of the month, 27th, in Hartford, Connecticut. We have a big pay-per-view that is leading up to some spectacular storyline in WrestleMania. We have, for example, we have a match forming up between Cactus Jack, who's Mankind gone back to Cactus Jack, his mean and rowdy character, versus Triple H. Now, the person who wins, of course, is the title holder, but if Cactus Jack loses, he's out for good. Out of wrestling for good, so there's a lot laying on the line there. Then we have another match for No Way Out, creating storyline for WrestleMania, The Big Show versus The Rock. And whoever wins that match has a title shot at WrestleMania. So it's just ongoing development of all these interesting, webs that we weave with characters.
Okay, can I just get you to do a quick little, say your name.
Yes.
And I'll
Okay.
count you down.
All right.
You could say whatever you want, any kind of spiel, but just say, or you're watching Good Day Sacramento. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll count. Okay?
Well, good day. I'm Ivory from the WWF, and you're watching Good Day Sacramento. Ah! Okay, let's do it again.
Okay.
It's Good Day Sacramento.
Yeah.
I got that Good Day thing stuck in my head.
That was good though. Okay. Ready?
Well, if you can just take your eyes off me for a minute and listen to what I have to say. I'm Ivory of the WWF, and you're watching Good Day Sacramento.
Cactus Jack.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi,
How
thanks
are you
for
doing?
coming out.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Actually, I'd heard that UPN.
Okay, so first of all, what made you switch back to the old character?
The old Cactus Jack, I just couldn't take it anymore. I guess in the words of Popeye, I stands all I can stands and I can't stands no more. So when Cactus Jack hits the scene, it means that I'm a desperate man, and desperate men do desperate things, like become Cactus Jack.
Okay, well, how is Cactus Jack different than Mankind?
Cactus Jack is not quite as cuddly as Mankind is. There are a lot of ways to describe Cactus Jack. Huggable probably wouldn't be one of them.
Because you're prickly, huh?
You can't say that on the air.
Oh, you're gonna get it. Okay, you recently did that 2020 interview,
Yeah.
and you said that you might be getting out of wrestling.
Yes.
Are you getting out altogether?
No, I definitely stay a part of wrestling somehow. I mean, an on-air role, maybe as an announcer or as the commissioner. One thing I objected to 2020 is they painted this story like it was sad, and I was like, this is a happy story. This is a guy getting out when he wants, how he wants, and with a little bit of money saved up in the bank. So I actually, I was like, I don't want people to feel bad for me. I'm having women who are coming saying that they've been praying for me. I'm like, not that I can't use prayers, but there are probably other people out there who need them worse than I do.
Why are you getting out? Would you say it's maybe a combination of family, wanting to get back with the family, and I guess the injuries that are involved?
Well, 15 years of a very physical style have slowed me down a little bit. And it got to the point where I just didn't think I was at my best, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And by being Cactus Jack, I've kind of had a chance to gear up for a few big matches. My road schedule's been lessened, so I can kind of concentrate on these couple of big matches. And I can be a tough guy, no doubt about it, once a month. Any more than that is probably too much, though.
Okay. And what about the family? Is that part of it, or?
Well, my family, I've been away a lot for a long time, and I would like to be home more often. I'd like to be at the soccer games, be there to wrestle and tuck the kids in at night.
You don't wrestle kids?
I wrestle my kids. They love it. Every kid likes to wrestle with his dad. My daughter likes to be powerbombed as long as it's on a bed. I'm not saying I do it on a mat or on a floor, but yeah, the kids like the rough stuff. Not too rough.
Okay, just 2 more questions from them. Would you say that this is the de-evolution of Mick Foley, the professional wrestler?
It'd be hard for me to answer that, seeing as how I don't understand a word you just said. The de-evolution of Mick Foley as a wrestler.
Is it as if you're going back?
Oh, back into my past to brag out Cactus Jack? No, really, it's just a cheap promotional stunt. Cactus Jack, when I drive down the road, all right, Mankind's a wonderful character, but he makes people laugh. When I'm driving down the road at 3 a.m. in the middle of a 500-mile road trip, I'm not really thinking about making people laugh. I'm thinking about leaving them awestruck. And Mankind doesn't leave people awestruck. Cactus Jack does. So it's like, on my way out, this is how I'd like to do it, leaving people with their mouths wide open.
Okay.
Shot check down is now
what would you say?
4:45. Shot check 4:45.
What would you say to all the fans when you depart?
Hi, Tony.
What would I say to the fans when I depart? First off, I'd like to thank all of them that bought my book, which is still doing very well. And to the rest of them, I'd say it's not too late to buy the book.
You're funny. Okay. How much longer do we have? Because I have a few things that I want.
I can.
Okay.
Jason, head check, please.
So, who would you say your character is? Like, who is Cactus Jack?
Who is he? I took a little bit from Shakespeare's King Lear, borrowed a little bit from Sophocles, and mixed in some of the Gothic, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and came up with a character and made mine as completely opposite from them as I could. And that's how I came up with Cactus Jack.
Well, how much of the real you is in your character?
Quite a bit. You know, as far as being Mankind, the dorky humor, that's me. And as far as being Cactus Jack, well, you know, the tough guy thing, that's not really me. But there's a side of me, you know, that can take a licking and keep on ticking. It's just amplified a little bit. When I go home, I stub my toe and I cry like a baby. But in the ring, you know, there's no stopping me.
How involved?
Just so you know, I might study sound check.
Okay. How involved are you in the storylines themselves?
You know, I'm very involved in storylines. I'll contribute ideas, and a lot of times they'll be done completely as I have suggested, and a lot of times they just come to me and say, go out there and say what you feel like needs to be said. So as far as the scripting of pro wrestling, it's not apropos in my case, because usually I go out there and wing it. Yeah.
That's the thing that gets to me. I thought that there was a lot of rehearsal. I mean,
Okay.
okay.
Do it again.
What else did I want to ask you? Oh, would you consider yourself a role model?
I would in the sense that I would not in the sense that, hey, I'm out in the ring and you know, the lights are on me and people are cheering. I would in the sense that I try to be very nice to the fans when I meet them one-on-one. Go out of my way to take care of, you know, kids who have special needs, I guess you'd say. And I definitely consider my role model, myself a role model. In fact, I sat down and, you know, hand wrote a #1 bestseller by myself. So I went out of my comfort zone and did something I didn't think was possible. And
Sorry, that was a mistake.
Okay, let's get the walk right now.
okay.
Do you think?
You were asking about rehearsing, right?
Yes, the rehearsal.
Okay.
Yeah, so tell me, how do you think rehearsal is something that you need, or is it just something that's impromptu?
No, I did a couple years in wrestling school, and my feeling now is if I want to try something new, I'll try it when there's people out there. And I take the approach that if it doesn't work, hey, sometimes that's even better. It's like a big home run hitter, where if he hits a home run, great. If he strikes out in dramatic fashion, that's pretty cool too. So I strike out a lot, and I think that that's fairly entertaining.
True, it's raw.
Yeah.
What do you think about the fans? How important are they to you?
The fans are fairly important because let's face it, without them, I'd be penniless. You know, that's, I mean, every one of us, I think, got into this to entertain people. And actually it didn't matter if there was 100 people or 20,000, you know, I still loved entertaining. That was back then, that was 15 years ago. Now if there were 100 people out there, I'd be pretty depressed about the situation. But it's nice, after all these years, to finally catch wrestling when it's hot. You know, I just guessed all along that I had missed the wave when it was really big in the 80s, and I never expected this. I mean, I never expected any of this. Action figures and #1 bestsellers and interviews, things like that. You know, this is all great, and I take it for what it is.
Gosh, what about, you know, everybody asks this question and you're probably just getting sick of it, but the pain involved physically,
Right.
You know, people wonder if the props and the chairs, I mean, are they real? Are they, you know, you're really getting hit out there.
Sometimes, you know, there was a time when I insisted that everything be real. You know, I guess I was like some actors want to play it right to the hilt. Now I'm more apt to say, is there any way we could fake that? You know, if there was a fake chair store, I'd probably use one. But there is no such thing, so we go with the real deal. I'm just trying not to use it quite as often.
I guess we lost our lighting there. Okay. Well, I guess we've tortured.
Okay, thanks.
Did you get a bump from him real quick?
Oh,
Yeah,
real quick. I will count you down.
Hello, this is wrestler/author Mick Foley. Good day, Sacramento.
Hey, my friend, this is my cousin, and this is my cousin. We're big fans. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Watching every Thursday. Yeah. What's up, Julie?
Did it go up? Boom. Oh, man. Oh, lens. You got to open up the lens next time. Whoa. I'm trying, Cactus.
Okay, so you're kind of new to the scene. What's it like coming into this huge? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, this is the big leagues. I've been wrestling 13 years, and I'm only in the WWF about 3 weeks, and I wrestled in a company called ECW out of Philadelphia. It was a lot smaller than this, and I was there for 6 years. And you know, you always aspire to come to this is the big time, and it's an amazing feeling. I mean, to come out and hear 20,000 people, you know, screaming for you and stuff like that, it's just wicked. It's awesome. Yeah.
So the fan situation, that's kind of, is that new for you? Or, I mean, you've had fans in the past because, you know, you've been around.
Yeah.
But this seems like it's a little different, like anywhere you go.
It's a great point. Yeah, it is a lot different. In ECW, we more or less, they marketed to adults. It was like adult pro wrestling. This is a lot of younger kids, but teenagers too, and adults. I mean, everybody loves this stuff. So, but it's different because everything's so big. It's just a spectacle, you know. It's monstrous. Everything's done big, you know. From these type of news interviews, we didn't have that where I was. I don't even think WCW does that, but that's why WWF is the premier company and we're #1. That's the reason. So you know.
What drew you to wrestling?
Well, I was a very good amateur wrestler in high school and college, and I competed in judo for many years since I was a little kid. So I used to watch it on TV, and I knew I was a good amateur, so I figured, oh, I'll get in there, I'll make $1 million. Well, it took a long time, but I'm still not making $1 million. But I mean, I always wanted to do it. You know, it was just something about it, and I just fit right in. It's natural for me. I mean, I love to perform in front of the people and entertain the people, and put on a good match, put on a good show. I mean, I live, eat, drink, sleep this stuff. You know, this is it.
Who is Taz? Who's Taz?
Taz is not the guy you're talking to right now. Right now, I'm just mellow. You know, it's a couple hours before showtime, but if you came to me about 20 minutes before my match, I'd be a very angry, uptight, pent-up man. Yeah, he's pissed, he's angry, he's miserable, he's mad at the world. He grew up in the streets of Brooklyn, and he's been marketed as a street thug, and he's angry and mad and angry and madder. So, you know, that's what Taz is.
Do you, before you go out, do you kind of sit in the mirror and just say, I'm mean? Or what do you?
Well, I don't do that, but I'll try it tonight. No, I don't sit in the mirror and do that. I think if anybody did that, they'd be kicked out of the locker room. No, I kind of just like go off to myself, you know, go into a little corner and just kind of chill out and get into frame of mind and become Taz and just get into character. And when that music hits, I come out and it's, you know, it's on. You know, that's what Taz is. Yeah.
So, what about any injuries? I mean, why are your hands all bandaged?
No, they're taped. I did a photo shoot, so I just taped like Warrior, you know, tapes up, you know, no, but I've had a lot of injuries. I've broke my neck in '94. I 2 shoulder operations, knee operation, broke my ankle, broke off my wrist, stitches throughout my head, got a tooth knocked out in the back. I mean, over the years, we don't need that microphone, but over the years, you know, you get a lot of injuries doing this. It's extremely physical, as you can see, you know, so.
Where do you hope wrestling goes from here?
I don't know if we can get much higher than where we are. I mean, we're on fire. The ratings are through the roof. It's awesome. I mean, it's phenomenal. Where do I hope it goes? I just hope it keeps, I hope it slows down a little bit and climbs, because we're like skyrocketing. So I think if we just keep climbing, I mean, and just get higher and higher ratings, I mean, it's a major deal right now, and it's great to be a part of it, you know.
What would be a typical face or expression for Taz to make? Could you just like, you scare me a little, because I'm you know, I'm a little sensitive, but you know, but put it all on, you know.
Yeah, well,
directed at him.
At him or the lens. That's Taz. You know, he's just mad, you know. Well, that's it.
Okay.
Cool.
Anything else about wrestling that you think is exciting or that sticks out, or you know, wrestling today?
I think something needs to be brought up is like the situation with kids doing this stuff in their backyards and stuff like that. I think that's really bad, and I think kids they're hurting themselves, because you know, we're trained pros. I'm doing this a long time. I was trained the proper way along with everybody else in that locker room. I mean, you know, you can't just go out and do this because you see the guys doing this on TV. You know, this is a really dangerous. We're trained professionals, you know, and you get kids, you know, jumping off their roofs onto mattresses in their backyard. These kids are getting hurt, and a lot of the guys, including myself, are concerned about it. I mean, it's extremely dangerous, and you don't need to do this unless you're properly trained. You know, that's something that needs to be brought up. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely put that in.
Cool.
Okay. You down.
All right. Look at the lens. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll count you down.
Hey, I'm Taz of the World Wrestling Federation, and you're watching Good Day Sacramento.
Okay, so you just look at me. What's a Jericholic?
It's a Jerichoholic.
Jericho.
It's all these people right here, they're all Jerichoholics. It's Chris Jericho's fans. He's the wrestler for WWF. He's one of the biggest stars right now, Chris Jericho. And Jerichoholic means like an alcoholic. Everybody's addicted to him. Jericho, you know. Everybody loves Jericho, so all these people right here, they're all Jerichoholics. Y2J instead of the Y2K.
I'm a workaholic.
Okay, so what is it about wrestling that you like?
It's exciting, the whole thing, the atmosphere, all these people. Everybody's best thing, sports entertainment. You know, it's just excitement in the whole thing.
How much of a wrestling fan are you? I mean, do you watch every night? Like, what's your?
I'm a big wrestling fan. I mean, I love everything about it. I just read the magazines, watch the shows, make signs, wear the shirts. I mean, I got it all.
He's a WWF-aholic.
Yeah, it's not just wrestling. It's WWF. It's not the other federations.
CCW.
They're not compared to WWF.
If you can get a wide, can you show me some of the signs? Like, take me through the signs.
This is
Name them and take me through it.
all right. This one's for Chris Jericho. That's a Jerichoholic. Oh shit! I dropped that one right there. It's for Crash. It's the underdog right here, Little Crash. Nobody likes him, but I do. Little Crash. And this one right here for Taz. He's a new guy from ECW. And that's his little saying right there. Survive if I let you. And still working on another one over here.
Let me see.
It's blank. I just got him.
So you're gonna work on that while you're here?
Right here, waiting in line. Salazar, DANIEL, SALAZAR. Alright.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Rolling.
Me.
Okay. You went over here? So, you like wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It's fun. It's fun to watch because like it's just it's a really good sport.
A lot to talk about.
You guys, we can't. I have to interview her. So who's your favorite?
Mine would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Why is that? What do you like?
I like him because he's like popular.
Tell her about Expo.
No.
Yeah, tell her.
And so like he's pretty cool because the way he's pretty popular because of the way what he does, like he got the stunner he got everybody's attention when he comes out there, and the crowd, they just start chanting stuff at his enemies. So
This guy's got his dollars.
Yeah, I got my dollar signed by the Hardy Boys.
So why are you guys here today?
we're here today to see Heat and SmackDown because it's a Valentine's present for my dad.
So who's here to see it?
Me, my mom, and my dad.
So it's a family thing.
Yeah.
So okay, tell me, do you guys watch this all the time?
At my house, we got 2 TVs going with recording WCW, WWF, ECW. So we're watching WWF, we're recording ECW and WCW. So.
Okay, tell me, what does this mean to you and your family to be having, this is your first time going, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean to take your first SmackDown?
Like, oh my gosh. It's like, you're excited, okay? You just want to jump through the doors before anybody. So.
Anything else about wrestling that you really like?
See, choke slams are fun.
Yeah. The fact that I get to watch it with my dad and my family.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, can you say your full name and spell it for me?
Gina Lynn Hastings. GINALYNNHASTINGS.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
Okay, thank you.
How about this one?
Turn it around.
Turn around.
What town are you from? Oh, Sacramento.
If you guys could come really close together right now.
No problem.
Weird.
No problem.
Dad, get in there!
It's okay.
Come on.
Yeah. Okay, so okay, what's your favorite gimmick? Like, what's the favorite? The things that they do, like, or
It's gotta be
people's elbow.
Yeah.
What's people's elbow?
Big Show.
Go through the people.
It's gotta be the Big Show's choke slam. Totally.
Yeah, catchphrases are great too.
Oh yeah, Rock's got the catchphrases.
Like what? Give me an example.
Jabroni.
They have to smack it down on your candy.
It goes on from there. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, all of that works really well. It doesn't matter. The pancakes.
Pancakes are great.
Pancakes.
It all works.
What's that?
Shine it real nice. Turn that blank sideways.
Shut up here.
Yeah.
Blank and blank.
You really like it when
It's candy beef.
What am I going to be able to put on here?
I don't know.
Hey, we say know your role.
Let's do another.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Okay, so tell me, why do you like wrestling?
Wrestling is just an exciting experience.
And it's sports entertainment.
The number one in sports entertainment.
Yes, it is.
What is it that you like most about it?
It's
Characters?
it gives you
Angles.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's more exciting than
You gotta
football.
watch each week.
Close-ups.
They keep you in
Soap
check.
opera.
He's the only one with the mic on right now. So for now, I'm gonna just
right.
that's
he can
fine.
answer. So what do you like most about it?
It's the most exciting sport there is. I don't care if it's fake or not fake. It's awesome. No matter what anybody says, it's better than football, baseball, you name it. And ratings on TV show that too. So.
What do you what would you ask people? Like, what are some of the main things that you want to know behind the scenes? What are some of the things that you always wondered? No. What are some of the things that you've always wondered about wrestling?
What kind of training it actually takes and how long it does take to get to where these guys are. What kind of efforts are put forth into it, and how I can do it. Pretty much. That's about it.
Do you want to be a wrestler?
Who doesn't?
I mean, that'd be honestly really cool. Everybody would like to do that in their lives, honestly. I mean, the fame, the glory, you know, but you also got to realize it takes a lot of hard work and determination to get there. So,
Is that what you like about, you know, people who are up top, you know?
especially with the WWF, you know, it took a lot of their hard work to get up there, especially, you know, where they are on TV and everything. Big stars, so.
So what's it going to be like to see your first show?
This is my second show, actually, and I'll tell you, it's all right, but I'll tell you what, it's an experience like no other. Seriously, it's better than going to any football game. Probably better than the Super Bowl itself. I'm serious. It's really awesome.
Do you keep up with the storylines?
Yeah.
Okay, so who has the best storyline?
There's a bunch of them going different ways right now. I think the best, you know, is the main storyline, which is Triple H and his whole McMahon-Helmsley era against The Rock and Cactus Jack and some of the other guys that are fighting against him right now. But they're the storyline to watch, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you hope wrestling goes next as a fan?
Porterville.
Like what do you know? Not place wise,
Yeah.
but what is the next level, or is it already there?
XFL, buddy.
The XFL is surely going to be a big thing, but as far as the WWF goes, they keep surprising me every time. Every time I think that they can't go any further, they do it. They up it another notch. So it's going to be a surprise to me and everybody else, I'm sure. So
Cameras in the helmets. Come on.
Okay, can you say your name and spell it?
my name is Keith Getting, KeithGoetting. All right.
What'd you need, man? I better bring the back. Wait a minute.
You guys should go in the back.
How'd you get back there? How'd you get back there?
Well, I work here.
What's up, Junior? What's up, bro? Hey! Let's go! WWF! I think that it's called
The arena level.
This is where it's at right now. WWF. Woo! Kane. Kane.
So what would you say?
He doesn't really say a whole lot. He just likes to throw people around, you know. Right now he's having a lover's spat with his girlfriend, and he just bounced her around the other day. So I'm waiting to see what he does next. Woo! Yeah! Bang, bang! Hey, Bully, get
I'm ready to go. Okay, so you were telling me what is a true fan?
What is a true fan? Someone who has been watching forever. I mean, me personally, I've watched since I was like little. I love wrestling. I don't care whether it's fake. It is fake. I'm not going to deny that, but I enjoy the sport. It's entertainment. It's a big soap opera. I'm a personal Shawn Michaels fan.
Me too, baby.
The Rock, forget The Rock, you know.
That's right.
Everyone likes The Rock nowadays, but I've been a Shawn Michaels fan forever.
That's right.
Okay, when you look at all these people, you said it kind of makes you annoyed. Like what are they? Are they real fans or what?
A lot of them aren't real fans. It makes me a little mad because they haven't been watching it forever. I mean, like I said, once again, I've been watching it since like 1985. You know, I'm 18 now. I was 5 years old. My cousin got me started in it, and I've watched it ever since. I've had a subscription to the magazine for like 12 years now. I have boxes and boxes of magazines. I've been a wrestling fan for years, and I don't like the fact that a lot of these people come out here and pretend that they're wrestling fans. That's just me.
Tell me, what is it about the wrestling? I mean, you said that it's a soap opera, all that. Why do you sit down every other night and watch?
Every other night, I watch it all the time. I have videos for years. The reason why I watch it, I enjoy it. It's been a pastime of mine for years. Like I said, I enjoy it. I don't care whether it's fake or not. Like I said, it's a big soap opera. It's fun to watch people that do things that maybe you couldn't do and get away with in real life. I mean, tell you the truth.
Anything else that you'd like to say as a fan?
All these people are fakes. That's what I want to say. They're fakes. I mean, a lot of them haven't been watching for as long as I have, and it bothers me. I'm a true fan. I've been there, and I'll still support them when wrestling's gone in 10 years from now. You know, but truthfully, I don't think it will be because wrestling will always be there. So.
Okay, can you say your full name and spell it for me?
My name is Justin Rose, Justinroes.
Oh, that's a different spelling. So, have you guys ever seen a match before, like firsthand?
Nope.
Nope.
Not me. First time right here.
First time. It's gonna be tight. I swear. It's gonna be.
That's right.
That's right. And it's gonna be. Can't wait.
Watch it every day though. Every day. 5 times a week I watch. Every night it's on. I watch it.
I've watched it for about 7 years.
Really?
Since I can remember. So.
What is it that makes you want to watch?
Just The Rock.
See what's gonna happen next. I want to see what's gonna happen on the next show. They leave you hanging at the end.
You just
I want to
gotta
see what's happening with hot girls. A lot of hot girls on there.
I know, like Terry Reynolds. She needs to come back.
Terry, I love you, baby. That's my girl.
That's my girl, man. I swear. She's so hot. You guys, just like The Rock, man. You just gotta know what he's gonna say next.
That's right. Funniest man. Most electrifying wrestler. Sports entertainment.
Okay, is there something that anyone says that you guys like?
Oh, it's gotta be Chris Jericho or
like what? Jericho Hall.
I told TV.
Okay, so you guys were telling me about your favorite person, wrestler. Tell me about that. Who?
Y2J, all the way.
Gotta go Y2J, The Rock. I love Kurt Angle too.
Yep. Raw is Jericho. I
Three eyes.
What does it take to be a wrestling fan? Like, what's a fan?
You gotta watch it all the time.
Gotta have the 3 eyes. Intensity, integrity, intelligence. Just like Kurt Angle.
Where did you get that from?
Kurt Angle, the wrestler. He has the 3 eyes.
That's one of his gimmicks.
It's one of his gimmicks. With what he says, it's tight.
So, are you always shocked by wrestling? What does it do for you? I mean, is it like a video game or is it like?
It's like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera, man.
They always leave you hanging.
Hanging at the end. You have to watch the next one to know what's going on. If you miss one, it's over. You like don't even know what's going on. The next one.
Takes you a while to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah.
Really?
Makes you kind of mad.
Anything else you want to say about being a fan?
Not really. Everybody else is fake. Yeah.
Can you both say and spell your names for me?
Yeah, Josh Green, JOSH GREN.
Brian Briscoe, BRIAN BRISCO.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you look at him? So you...
Grab him.
Okay, so
give me
who
two
do-
of them if you can.
so who do we have here?
Rocky.
Really? You have some special moves that you do. Can you show them to me?
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
Like this. Like that. And that.
Let me see the eye thing and hold it for me. Let me see that.
Show him your
Can you
Rolex.
get a close up? Did you get a
Show me your
close up
watch.
of his face when he did that?
Now, give me that again.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I have you do the
All clowns.
can I have you do the eye thing again real quick?
Yeah.
And then hold it.
Show me your Rolex, Rich.
So why do you like The Rock?
Just like him.
You even have sideburns, huh? Let me see. Can you point? Let me show them to me. That's cool. How long have you liked wrestling?
A long time.
Really? Well, what do you what's your favorite thing that The Rock does?
Rock squad.
What's that?
Show him, son.
How?
What you did, rock bottom, with that move, okay?
You can do it. It's okay. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay, if you don't want to, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
What's your name?
Oh, yeah.
Richie.
What's your name?
Richie.
Say Richie Ortiz.
Richie Ortiz.
Okay, RITCHIE and then ORTIZ.
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
7.
7. Okay. One more of that. Thank Okay. 3. Can you see my pad? 2 and 1. Fans funnel roughly $200 million into the WWF bank account each year, and now the World Wrestling Federation is a force to reckon with in the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, okay, 3, 2.
We will give you the
2, 1. Fans funnel roughly $200 million into the WWF bank account each year. And now the World Wrestling Federation is a force to reckon with on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm going to do it again, okay? One more. Okay. Are there still a lot of people? Oh, he's waving behind me. I have to wait till he's done. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Fans funnel roughly $200 million into the WWF bank account each year. And now the World Wrestling Federation is a force to reckon with on the New York Stock Exchange. 2 and 1. Fans funnel roughly $200 million into the WWF bank account each year. And now the World Wrestling Federation is a force to reckon with on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay.
Inflation is not that. You're right, but no. Give me a sucker of break.
All the ramparts with the bombs bursting in the night, that our flag was still there. Over the land of the free.
These guys may look indestructible, but many of the wrestlers tell me they're dealing with some type of ache or pain every single day. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. These guys may look indestructible, but many... Wait. Okay, 3, 2, 1. These guys may look indestructible, but many of the wrestlers tell me they're dealing with some type of ache or pain every single day.
I want it to be on the news.
Oh, it's something else. 2, 1. These guys may look indestructible, but many of the wrestlers tell me they're dealing with some type of ache or pain every single day.
So I threw my boots on and I called